Good morning. I am pleased that Pediatric Day continues here at the Patient Safety Movement Summit, and we're not done yet, as you'll see. I represent the work at the Children's Hospital of Orange County in California, which is up the road a bit and is a local children's hospital. We've been fortunate to be associated with the Patient Safety Movement since its inception, and also part of Dr. Lyron's Children's Hospital's Solutions for Patient Safety Network of that 127, so a lot of good things are happening in the children's world. So you'll recall that there was a major understanding by the lay population about the patient safety problem with the work and the writings of Atul Gawande, who's been mentioned before. And Dr. Gawande brought the evolving problem to the public with his early publications of Complications and then Better. And he surprised many by writing his third book with the topic, The Checklist Manifesto. And it didn't at first glance seem like it might be the topic of a bestseller, but it turns out that by using allegories, as he does well, he was able to connect the multiple ways that checklists help those across multiple industries in understanding the nature of small, brief inputs that can drive care or outcomes in whatever you're interested in. The recent movie Sully last fall outlines the flight of U.S. Airways 1549, which of course landed in the Hudson River in 2009. And what's important about this shot here is that in this time of crisis, and this is 3 minutes from bird strike to landing, one of the guys in the cockpit is not looking around, he's reading. And he's reading the checklist. First, the one on how to restart the engines. And second, when that didn't work, on how to do, as they point out at the end of the movie, a controlled landing in water as opposed to a ditching. This was a high key feature of what pilots in sophisticated industries do time and time again, and how medicine tries but isn't quite there yet. Checklists are designed to be used in emergencies, but their normal checklists should be used all the time. This represents and is my mother's chocolate chip cookie recipe, and in fact has been used a lot. 65 years worth of care is in that. There's no photography problem there. That's what it looks like. Like any good checklist, it's brief. It has no more than 9 items. It describes the key points and how to use them well and effectively, and obviously the outcome joyously received. So the patient safety movement has adopted checklists in its fundamental structure. And if you go to the main page of this particular movement, you will find among the choices looking up at the apps, or the actionable patient safety solutions. And each app is carefully structured in a way that proposes that checklists are part of that solution. So you go to the apps and you quickly pull up the various what they call challenges, which is an action verb and should be noted by all of us. And the challenges are listed 1 through 13 now, and that list grows every year, and help us define what to do and what to focus our energies on. The apps are all standardized. We've heard that term several times so far this conference, and they're the same exact structure. And they start with an executive summary, which can absolutely be used as a checklist, and they move on through performance, leadership, the actual gaps themselves, and a technology and metrics plan. It turns out that every one of these apps, and I highlight the hand hygiene app in this particular case, is a very good structure for checklist work. And all we did really at Children's Hospital of Orange County was to run through the relevant apps. We don't do obstetric work, but otherwise they're relevant, to the work that we do. And we really wanted to see at the high level, at the executive level, what was our current status and what did we need to work on. And we don't do everything, and you can see there's some non-green areas there. And we need to decide how to prioritize those and how to work on those and what our next approach might be. This kind of work was presented to our board because if your board doesn't know, then it can't act. And of course, this starts with leadership in many, many ways. So moving forward, at Children's Hospital of Orange County, we've completed the initial analysis for the relevant apps of the Patient Safety Movement Foundation. We're awaiting some of the new formalization, if you will, of the new apps. And these are all parts of our key plans and actions at our organization. We're absolutely committed, and this is our commitment to this group, committed to including this approach with all the current and the upcoming apps as they are defined. And this methodology is just a part of our approach to improving our patient safety culture, saving lives, and targeting zero. And I want to point out there was a very poignant question in the first video this morning when one of the affected family members said, how can we accept not doing what we know works? And I answer for all of us and say, we can't accept that. We just get to work, and checklists are part of that. Thank you.